you so much for coming today to share your story with us as part of our patient interview series. So you were diagnosed with breast cancer in 2017, correct?
That's right, yeah.
And then you went through the trilogy of treatment, which consisted of pre-adjuvant chemotherapy, then you had surgery, then you had radiotherapy, then you also had oophorectomy and a hysterectomy. And I think in 2019 you had a DIAP flap reconstruction.
Yeah.
So fast forward 5 years to
Yeah.
today, you have become a patient advocate for breast reconstruction. Did this happen organically, or was there a trigger or an event, or how did this occur?
Yeah, it happened organically really. In 2019 when I had my DIAP, I started to post about it on Instagram under the hashtag 100 days DIAP. Previously, when I'd gone through my other treatments, I hadn't really felt like I'd made much progress. But my husband used to say to me, oh no, you have, you just don't realise how far you've come. So 100 days DIAP, I microblogged about my recovery from DIAP. And what I found is that on Instagram, even though there's a large cancer community in the UK and in America, it wasn't so much so in Australia. And what I was writing about was very new, people didn't know about it here.
Yeah.
So from there, it became quite popular, lots of interactions from women who were considering reconstruction options. And then about a year ago now, the end of 2021, a plastic surgeon reached out to me and messaged me about doing a Q&A live on Instagram. And at first I thought, oh no, because I get really nervous on videos and things like that. But then I really wanted to do it because I knew there was this gap of information on Instagram, and I felt that I could help get some evidence-based information out there. So yeah, it was kind of organic, and then it's become a little bit more structured now.
Yeah, and even just a brief scroll through your social media pages really shows such a passion, you know, pretty much on every post. What underpins your advocacy, really?
Well, I'm really passionate about equity of access to free health information, and that's evidence-based free health information. And I'm a bit concerned with some of the information that can get shared out there, particularly on social media. So I'm really kind of motivated by ensuring that women have access to information so they can make informed decisions that are right for them. And that's why I work with plastic surgeons in the Breast Recon 101 live Q&A series that I've developed, where women on Instagram can ask those surgeons any question that they like about breast reconstruction in a live Q&A format.
Yeah, incredible. So when it comes to decision making about breast reconstruction, some women may not have a choice or have limited choices due to their medical history or the treatment that they had. And some women get overwhelmed by the choices, and it's really difficult for them. How was it for you?
I found it completely overwhelming, you know, to be making such important decisions, particularly at a time when you are experiencing the fallout from cancer treatment is very, very hard. I was really overwhelmed, but also I was totally uninformed about what breast reconstruction options were there. I mean, there was no need for me to know that. When I heard about the DIAP reconstruction, for instance, which is what I had, where they take abdominal tissue to reconstruct a breast, it just blew my mind that that was that option. And that's why I find it's really important that although we may not be able to access, it may not be appropriate, some of the reconstruction options for women to access, I think it's important that they are aware that those options are available so that they can have a discussion, a two-way discussion with their team. So we've got some personalised, shared, informed decision making that's happening so that the woman can be involved, so that they can make personalised decisions that are right for them.
So with that overwhelming amount of information out there, what would be your top 3 resources that women could access?
Okay, when it comes to breast reconstruction in Australia, first off, I'd recommend the Breast Recon 101 live Q&As that I've done. They are evidence-based, you know, they're live Q&As with FRAX qualified surgeons. So by listening to those, you can hear some of the questions that other women have had
Yeah.
with regards to breast reconstruction, and that might prompt you to be considering some questions that you've not thought about yourself. So that would be one resource that I'd advise on Instagram. Another resource is Reclaim Your Curves.
Yeah.
It's an Australian-based charity, and they have a great Facebook page. It's a closed Facebook group.
Yep.
Women who've had reconstruction or are considering reconstruction are on there. They share their stories, their experiences, and they do share images of before and afters, which you do need to just be mindful of, that it is something that is relatable to you. And then the third one that I'd advise is actually a US-based charity called DFC Foundation. Now, they're based in the US, but they've got such a huge range of educational, evidence-based resources that are informed by medical professionals. And they've got a great series of podcasts that are available. And although they're US-based, a lot of the questions that they're asking and the information that they're sharing is still relevant here. And I've done a global podcast with them, which was sharing ideas with a surgeon in Australia, with surgeons and another patient advocate in America.
Incredible. Thank you so much for sharing all this information.
You're so welcome, Washi. Thank you so much for asking me to come along.
That's my pleasure.